about now, Jay? C-Dub on the beat. Back against the wall, CL20's knocking rated. IGI's tripping, validated, shoot ready. Brown incarceration, got my people living daily. Gang wars back to back till the hole is where they sent me.
Hey, yo, what's good with everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a productive day, feeling blessed, and like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. So with that being said, this is another part of the story about the two fivers versus the Zapatistas and the ongoing war that continues to happen. This one I'm going to hit it from a different angle, so stay tuned, watch the video. With that being said, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, always leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Check the links in the description for my Apple and Spotify music. Go ahead and run my streams up, or you can check out my playlist section on my YouTube channel. Check out Renegade Music right there. Thank you guys for you guys' time, but most importantly, thank you guys for you guys' support. Now, like I said, I did a video about the Zapatistas killing that 2-5er Sid. He was a Cinquero from Long Beach. Now, when it comes to politics, either side, mainline or SNY, if you're going to play politics and you're going to get involved in politics, everybody's politicking. So it's all about who's the better politician. It's just like a game of chess. You know, your moves against his moves, your strategy against their strategy. What you do can either, help you gain ground, or it can affect your strategy altogether, and you can get hit in the process. Not everybody knows how they're going to conduct their politics if it's going to go through the way they want it. Circumstances change. You might just get hit with some good defense. Some good defense. The next thing you know, you end up on the dookie end of the stick like, damn it, I smell my own shit now. What I eat last night. So obviously the war was going on between the 2-5ers and the Zapatistas. But see, the way it's described is Sid set up his own death. Not intentionally. I don't think somebody says, you know what, if I make this move and I do this move, I'm going to counter him right here and then I'm going to die in battle, bro. Like, nobody's dying in battle, bro. This ain't Spartan honor. I'm pretty sure the way he tried to strategize this out to get the upper hand for his homies, you're always going to get a lot of homies that are involved in politics, whether it's SNY mainlines, who want to just politic like crazy and who just go hard in the paint when it comes to politics. Like, they raise their hand. They be right there at the little war council table observing the maps, with the little microscopic lens eyeglass. Like, yeah, we're going to hit him right here. We're going to take his terrain and we're going to kill Stalin right there. But it's not always effective, bro. So obviously he tried to come up with a plan that actually ended his life, not knowing it was going to end his life. That's like saying, hey, bro, I plan on running through this door with it still closed, but I'm going to make it through. And he ran through the door, and he didn't make it through. And just busted his melon open. That's how dumb this strategy was. It was just the 2-5ers and the Zapatistas going to war. But in Tehachapi, there was an independent rider named Mo, who actually was there for blasting a Cinquero. And he wound up getting transferred in the same facility that Sid was at. So Sid rallies up the troops, like he was on some Inglorious Bastards type stuff. He's like, man, we're going to kill some Zapatistas. I want to scalp a very Zapatista on the yard. So he's rallying up the Cinqueros like, hey, bro, we got to get rid of this fool, bro. He put hands on the homie. He shed the homie's blood. And trust me, as grimy and as 2-5ers are on their politics are scandalous, and the way they do each other dirty and the way they operate is beyond belief. Like, you can't believe it. It's a disbelief, but you believe it because you see it, so you have to believe it. That kind of thing. So he's basically telling his brothers, like, hey, bro, we got to get rid of Mo. We got to get him out of here, bro. He can't exist on our yard with us, knowing damn well he blasted one of our brothers. And they're so deep, bro. Like, honestly, bro, I don't even think half the time they know who their brothers are. They just know, hey, this dude blasted a Cinquero. They're Cinqueros. Hey, we got to get rid of him. So he actually tallied up the votes, and he got a unanimous vote to get this fool blasted. So sure enough, they wanted, because the IRs didn't want to remove their own homie. They look at it like, when the STG groups go to war on the SNY, unless we know one of our brothers was like completely in the wrong, we just don't discard him to the wolves, man. We just don't feed him to the wolves like that. Most of the time, homies are like, man, forget that. That's a good homie, man. He may have messed up. He may have not. But I'm not going to let this fool tell me to get rid of one of my homies just because he wants him gone. Nah, let's go to war for him. Let's show the concept of true brotherhood, man. I'm going to stand by your side. So once the votes were tallied in and everybody's behind the door like, light the flame and a little stick, a little palito, and you roll it with your shower shoe, and you put the tip in with your paper clip, then you sharpen it in circles. Now you got a spear. Now it's a matter of who's going to get to the IRs. First dibs, first opportunity. When them doors crack, that's everybody just comes out with heavy breathing. Everybody's sweating. Somebody is letting out some nervous farts. You know, just like when you're walking, you're like, oh damn it, oh damn shit. I'm nervous, but it's all good. I'm gonna go through with this. I'm really gonna go through with this. I might have to check my drawers later, but I'm gonna go through with this. So some cinqueros catch some IR slipping and blasted him with weapons, hurt him pretty bad. That's why the 2-5ers were on lockdown when the rest of the Zapatistas showed up. See, now, if he wouldn't have went through with this plan and went about this a little bit different, like, you know what, we can wait on this right now. Right, I think it was Mikey from Black Angels, and then there was a Zapatista named Nifty. He was a Zapatista. He was from Stockton. And I watched Nifty get knocked out with one hit by a black dude, and we had to maul the blacks after this, bro. Like, he got slept, like, bad, bro. Like, he was sniffing dirt lines for, like, 5 minutes, bro. He woke up high off dirt. Hella litty off dirt. He had a dirt face. He looked like one, like when you eat an ice cream and you drop it in the dirt and you pick it back up. That's what he looked like when he got escorted to the program office. We were like, all right, well, now that this is done over with, let's kick it off, bro. We're going to back there play, homie. That's messed up. So Zapatistas were already there. The 2-5ers could have came out and said, you know what, well, let's blast these fools before these other fools show up. But it wouldn't have mattered. Because if you blast them, you're going to go on lockdown. If you wait for everybody else to come and blast everybody, everybody's going on lockdown. You would have got more opportunity to stab more people. But it's all a matter of how the program works. Your yard can have like all your homies, but then the next yard can have like 3 of your homies and all the Zapatistas. So it's a matter of like, if it's gonna go to war, you're gonna go to war. Then they're gonna lock everybody down. So whoever gets there first, however it kicks off, is gonna set the tone in motion of how this riot and this war is gonna go on. So either you guys get caught slipping or they got caught slipping. Doesn't matter. Bodies and casualties, everything's about a casualty of war. So Mo gets blasted. They heard, and a couple other IRs get blasted as well. Get hurt pretty bad. 2-5ers get put on lockdown. So Sid's thinking he had a win. He was like, you know what? We did our thing, bro. We let everybody know, man, Cinqueros ain't to be messed with. You hit one of our brothers, we're going to take you out. Well, that just gave them the opportunity to allow all the Zapatistas that needed to show up from these other gang wars, showed up prepared, bro. I'm pretty sure all the Zapatistas showed up right there, bro. And it was like the scene from John Wick when he went into the basement and started breaking the concrete and pulling out all these gadgets and mechanics and weapons. That's what it was for the Zapatistas. They showed up to all these cells and were like, oh yeah, fresh lockers. I can make a shank out of this. Ooh, I can get a new fan. I can make a shank out of this. Probably came stuffed to the neck with heavy artillery. They were already ready for war. So they walked into a war zone ready for war. And they had the upper hand based on the fact that the 2-5ers were placed on lockdown. And based on the fact that the administration seen that the IRs were the intended victims, they don't get placed on lockdown. Obviously, the victims go to ADSEG, whether they come back out or stay in ADSEG pending whatever. Administration went about it this way. Lock down all the Cinqueros, bro. They're becoming a disturbance of the peace, of the program as well, should I say. So Sid's thinking, he got to win. So now he wants to make another example with these Zapatistas. Well, like I said in a lot of my videos, karma comes back around, bro. If you're going to play politics, just know you're going to be politicked against. And sometimes you might not always win. Politicians beat other politicians in the long run. And that's when I showcased the video that I did prior. He was the only one that got let out. Got let out to the wolf's den. Man. And and I give it to him, bro. Man, he rest in peace. He walked out by himself like, all right, it's just me. I'm going to represent for my brothers in the same fashion he's probably did for his homies on the main line. Doesn't matter. He went out there and they took his wind in 7 hits. 7. I've seen removals on the yard on the main lines and SNY with like 30 or 40 more hits and people survived it. It's like these dudes literally jumped on him, stuck the piece in him, used their hammer to nail the piece into his corazon, and then jumped and did like a belly flop on it, and it just went through his chest, bro. Like 7 good hits. That's all it took, and this kid lost his life. Behind politics, behind trying to do dirty politics, and causing 2 gang wars. And that's why I say to all the youth, man, karma does come back around. What you put out into this world, you're gonna get it back. It may not be now. It may not be a couple months from now. It may be years later. But it's always gonna trail you. I'm a firm believer of bad karma, that what you do to people, it's going to come back. It may not be by the same person, but it's somebody else is going to do the same thing you done to somebody else back to you. It's just the way the universe works. But it's a cold situation, and that's why I tell you, I outline SNY politics, because they're a hell of a lot more different than mainlines. Everything goes through the chain of command. Everything gets approved and blessed and sanctioned, and then it trickles down, and then, everybody starts moving their pieces on the chessboard. On the SNY, no, we're going to politic way different, way dirtier, way scandalous, without remorse, without regret, most of the time with a lot of carelessness, but backed up by ruthlessness. And it's very unfortunate that a lot more blood is being shed on the SNYs, because everybody still wants to politic. Everybody's not done gangbanging. Everybody's formed these alliances and these new groups to whatever their belief system is. And then now the SNYs have a big problem too. They're killing each other left and right over who's the big and baddest STG group on the SNY. But you got the mainlines over here ready to start alliances, peace treaties, and be like, you know what? Let them slaughter each other, and we're going to finish the rest off. So you got both sides going to war with each other. This side's going to war on the streets still, trying to take over streets, and are willing to fight each other on the streets. I don't think that peace treaty is going to last a long time. But as long as that continues to happen, and they start forming strong bonds and strong alliances, and they start focusing on the SNYs, these SNYs are going to start coming home, and it's going to start getting the blues. Dropouts are going to start getting the blues because they're too busy wanting to fight each other, but not making preparations for war against another side. See, it sounds good on the SNY. I heard a lot of people talk about it. Yeah, we came together. We're going to go against the actives, but we're not on the main lines. So how is it even possible to go to the actives unless we all go to the streets? But how are we going to go to the streets when we're too busy picking up bangers on this side of the yard, plucking each other off like little ducks? Doesn't make a lot of sense, though, but at least I can, illustrate the realities of it and just speak it raw and authentic and as truthful as I possibly can. So Sid did set up his own death, not by intentions, but by accident. But that's what happens when you politic in prison. You never know how politics are going to work and if they're ever going to work in your favor. So don't try to get involved with them if you're not ready for that. And that's the message that I have for the youth. Don't get involved in these politics. I mean, it's a dangerous game. So with that being said, like I always say, it's one life, one chance. When they got one chance to do this right, let's get it done. Peace.